Good day, my name is Ojo Taiwo Abigail, matric number 2303195222, the group leader for Group 10, course code FBA 264, course title, Foundation of Business Communication. I'm from Faculty of Education, Department of Technology and Vocational Education, cohort Business Education. I would like to present the topic Foundation of Business Communication. So I'll move to business. Business Business communication. So definition of business. A business is an organized endeavor of individuals to manufacture and market goods and services for financial gain within a country or economic framework. It entails a variety of tasks like administration, finance, marketing, and manufacturing that all increase revenues for business owners. Small scale of business and big firm alike rely heavily on business operation to propel economy. Business is is an activity that we engage in day to day to sustain a living. So when we talk about business communication, we have to go into business first, and we have to engage in communication also. So I would like to proceed to the next topic.
My name is Basan Akami with match number 23031957. I'll be discussing the definition of communication, the communication cycle, communication process chart. So let's begin. Let's dive in by defining what communication is. As you can see on the slide, communication is defined as the exchange of information, ideas, thoughts, and feelings between individuals or groups using both spoken or non-verbal means. What does that imply? It implies that when we are communicating, we communicate in various forms. It could be through face-to-face interactions, it could be through written forms, emails and letters, and all of that, or social media platforms. Now, effective communication is essential for conveying meaning, building relationships, and facilitating understanding in personal, professional, and societal context by Admiral R.B. Goodman. Now, let's look at communication processes. Next slide, please. Now, this is the communication process chart. But let's define what communication process is. This is the communication process that refers to the phases or stages that means that a message has taken place from the sender to the receiver. It consists of numerous main components, from the transmitter, that is the sender, the encoding, the message, the channel, the decoder, the receiver, and finally the feedback and noise. Now let's look into the main diagram. Now this is a diagram showing the communication processes, or also known as communication chart. Now we have the noise, we have the sender, we have the encoder, we have the channel, the decoding, receiver, and then the feedback. We all know that communication cannot take place without proper feedback. Where there is no feedback, communication is not taking place. If this sender sends a message to this user, the end receiver, and there is no proper feedback back to the sender, communication is ineffective or it has not taken place at all. So for communication to be effective, there has to be feedback. Thank you.
My name is Uba Benita. My matric number is 2303195220. I would like to discuss on the importance of communication. Communication is crucial in every aspect of human interaction and plays a vital role in personal, professional, and societal contexts. Its significance lies in several key areas. One, effective cooperation. Communication promotes cooperation and teamwork by allowing individuals and organizations to exchange ideas, share information, and coordinate their actions. So it enables businesses to achieve common goals and objectives. Two, building relationship. Communication helps to build good and healthy relationship. It can be personal, professional, and social relationship. So communication allows individuals to express their thoughts, their emotions and needs, and it also promotes understanding, trust, and empathy. Now we have conflict resolution. Communication helps to resolve conflict and address disagreements. So conflict resolution promotes active listening, open dialogue, and empathy. So communication helps to identify underlying issues, clarify misunderstanding, and also negotiate mutually acceptable solutions. So decision making ensures that relevant information in is conveyed accurately and timely to stakeholders, and enabling them to make decisions and take active decisive action. Then innovative and creativity. Communication helps to stimulate creativity and innovation. by allowing individuals to share ideas and insights. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sulaiman Bakolada, matric number 230319528. Building on what my colleagues have been saying on the topic foundation of business communication, I would like to go a little bit deeper by telling us the various types of communication that we have. Just as we have known that communication is the foundation of human interaction, which influences both our private, our personal, and our professional lives. I would like to tell us the various types of communication that we have. So what are these various types of communication that we have? We have verbal communication, and in our slide here we have that verbal communication involves the use of spoken or written words to convey message. Yes, verbal communication is a kind of communication which involves exchange of information, thoughts, ideas through the use of what? Speaking words. For instance, a manager giving presentation to his employee or to our employees just about a new proposed project they want to have in their organization is a kind of verbal communication. Another type of communication that we have here is the non-verbal communication, and here we can see that non-verbal communication involves the use of body language, facial expression, gestures, postures, eye contact to convey messages. Yes, this kind of communication, this is just the opposite of the verbal communication in the sense that it makes use of non-verbal means, unlike the verbal communication in which it makes use of what? Spoken words. So an example of non-verbal communication is say that an example of non-verbal communication is when maybe you want to greet your friend, you now say "I," and following that "I" that you said to your friend, you now give him or her a smile. And if we see inside this example that I've cited, two type of communication are taking place, both the verbal communication and the non-verbal communication. The verbal communication is the "I" or "hello" you are saying, while the non-verbal communication is the smile that you are giving, which is expressing exchange of friendly substance communication. Thank you.
My name is Adekule Latifa Omolara with the matric number 2303195519. I'll be talking on the barriers to communication. Firstly, what are barriers? Barriers are obstacles that hinder something. So in essence to communication, barriers are obstacles that hinder communication. So I'll be talking on barriers. We have different types of barriers. We have the physical barrier, psychological barrier, semantic barrier, and so on. So when we're talking on physical barriers are tangible obstacles in the environment that impede communication. They include noise, physical distractions, physical separation, distance, and so on. So physical barrier in essence is talking about the barriers that hinder communication physically. That is those barriers that we can see. So moving on to psychological barrier. Psychological barriers stem from individual attitudes, emotions, and perceptions that affect communication. They include stress, anxiety, and so on. So someone that is going through stress and anxiety cannot deliver perfectly, cannot even. So moving on to the semantic barrier, it arises from different languages, terminology, and interpretation of words and symbols. They include jargons, technological terms, and ambiguous language.
Good day, everyone. My name is Adiola Adelatifat, matric number 230319530. I'm to talk about the principles of communication. The principles of communication are the fundamental guidelines that ensures that communications are effective and efficient. We have clarity, conciseness, relevance, accuracy, timeliness, respect, and feedback. Clarity. The principle of clarity ensures that the message that is being conveyed is clear and the use of language is simple. Conciseness. The principle of conciseness ensures that the message is brief and in a direct manner. Relevance. The principle of relevance ensures that the message is meaningful and applicable to understand. Accuracy. The principle of accuracy ensures that the message is very correct and reliable. Timeliness. The principle of timeliness ensures that the message is communicated at the appropriate time.
Okay, my name is Ojade Taiwo Motola. My matric number is 230319525. I'll be talking on business communication and the concept of business communication. What is business communication? Business communication can be defined as sharing of ideas, information, and message both inside and outside of the organization. We all know that the aim of a business is to maximize profits. Okay, for a business to maximize profit, there needs to be communication both within the organization and outside the organization. And it includes a range of communication style, which is written, spoken, non-verbal, and visual, to satisfy the requirement of different stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are the investors, the employees, the target audience of that organization. Those are the stakeholders. Then I'll also be talking about the concept of business communication. The concept of business communication are those things within business communication, those things that makes up business communication. They are the internal, the external, the informal and formal, and we have others. So my colleague will be talking about the others. Thank you.
My name is Aderogun Motalai Adenike. Match number 2303195118. I'll continue from where my colleague stops, the concept of business communication. So we have 6 concepts of business communication. So let's start. So we have the internal communication. What is the internal communication? Internal communication focuses on disseminating information within the organization, facilitating collaboration, sharing. So what does this mean? Internal communication is the passing of information within the organization, like within the organization we are communicating. Like for example, we use our memo, like which is memorandum, to send information. It's a way to address when we are having meeting. Like memorandum, we send a memorandum within the organization. We have a meeting. We pass information within inside the meeting, like every meeting we pass information within the meeting. We also have newsletter. We send newsletter within an organization and report. We pass information within the report. Next slide. So we have external communication. What is external communication? External communication is the communication whereby we pass information outside the organization. We pass information outside the organization. Next, we have informal communication. What is formal communication? Formal communication is when you pass information formally, like around, you pass information formally. Thank you.
Alabinura Esther with matric number 230319523. I'll be continuing from where my colleagues stop. I'll be completing the concept of business communication. With me, we have informal communication, cross-cultural communication, and digital communication. What is informal communication? Informal communication is also known as unofficial communication. This communication is done amongst colleagues after work hour, and this communication builds a friendly environment of the business, and it fosters their relationship. Secondly, I'll be going to cross-cultural communication. Cross-cultural communication is in the business world is a crucial communication. Why? Because you relate with individuals, companies, and other groups of people that are not within your cycle. So you communicating with them, this is where cross-cultural communication comes in. So you'll be able to do your business across borders. So language barrier won't be a limitation for your business. And lastly, digital communication. Digital communication is the combining of technology to your business world. This includes the Zoom meeting, the video conferencing. It also make you communicate across distance. For digital communication, distance is not a barrier because you would get to communicate with people in and outside the country. Thank you.
My name is Onosin Adelolu Omolaya, matric number 230319521. I'll be talking on the types of business communication. We have 3 types of business communication. We have the internal business communication, we have the horizontal business communication, and we have the external business communication. So I'll be talking on the internal business communication. As we all know, the meaning of business communication. Internal business communication means communication that occurs within the members of the organization. Internal communication is categorized as internal upward communication and internal downward communication. So moving forward, internal upward communication is a type of communication that involves the bottom to the management approach. The information flows from subordinates to managers or any other person that is on the upper hierarchy level. That is where we have the employees to the low level management, to the middle level management, to the top level management. So we have the internal downward business communication. In the internal downward communication, the information flows from the top level management to the employees in the organization, where we have the managing director, the general manager, the assistant general manager, the divisional or departmental head, the supervisor, and the employee workers. Thank you.
Good day, my name is Paul Chimere Victoria, matric number 230319531. I'll be talking on the types of business communication. We have 3 types of business communication, which are internal communication, horizontal or lateral communication, and external communication. My colleagues have already taught us about internal communication. I'll be taking us on horizontal or lateral communication. What is horizontal or lateral communication? Horizontal or lateral communication is a related communication among co-workers, either verbal communication or written communication. We all know that for every organization to be successful, there must be an effective communication. This is where the co-workers comes in. The co-workers are to engage in communication, either through verbal or written communication. The written might be text, memos, etc. While the verbal might be phone call, one-on-one communication, etc. Why the purchase manager are responsible for the purchase of raw materials, purchase of anything that the organization might need. Why the quality control manager are responsible for checking the raw materials that was bought by purchase manager to ensure that there's no damage bought, or like if the company uses cocoa as their raw material, it's the job of the quality control manager to make sure that there's no pest damage on the cocoa, etc. And we have the production manager. The production manager are responsible for for producing the goods and services, like if the company is into beverages, it's the job of the production manager to make sure that the beverage is well produced. While we have sales manager are responsible for making the goods reach the final consumers. Thank you.
My name is Fatoki Rebecca Toma, matric number 230319524. I'll be talking on the last type of business education, which is the external communication. Communication with people who are external to the organization is known as external business communication. External business communication is all about the exchange of information and idea between a company and the other parties of the organization, such as the customers, the suppliers, and the shareholder. Effective communication with the external parts of the organization is very important because it helps to build and maintain the reputation of the business, and it also what foster sales for the organization. Now, there are some examples of external communication to the external parties of the organization. The first one is social media posts and engagement. Social media posts and engagement. A business post on their social media handles and engage with their customers is a way of communicating with them. Marketing campaigns and advertising is also part of it. Then customer service mail. Customer service mail is also a way of communicating with the external parties of the organization, because when a customer have a complaint about a product or the service they render, they will be the ones to go into the chat box and mail them and make their complaint. So effective external communication is very essential in driving the organization to its organizational goal. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Nwafo Oluchi Dorati, matric number 230319526. So I'll be talking on the importance of business communication. Business communication has played an important role in an organization. Number one is enhancing organizational goals, enhancing organizational culture and climate. Number two, it helps to build strong customer relationship. Number three, it drives employees' engagement and motivation. Number four, it facilitates decision making and problem solving skills. So when we talk about enhancing organizational culture and climate, what do we mean by that? There are some cultures and norms like rules and regulation. With business communication, it will help to guide the employees on how to behave, on how to interact with others, so that there will not be any form of conflict among themselves. So now, in terms of decision making and problem solving skills, like now, the organization team will come together, they will discuss some vital information that will be needed to grow the organization. They'll be able to take some decisions that will favor them, decisions that will build the organization. So business communication is very, very essential because it helps them to make some decisions that will help them to grow. In terms of managing employees' engagement, like every one of us who are into one business or the other, with communication, we can be able to interact, engage in one or two activities, because there are some times that maybe the manager will want to assign roles to each workers there. It helps them to get busy. It helps them to know what to do and what not to do. So it engages each and every one of them in that organization so that they'll be able to grow. So with communication, you can know how to safeguard your organization. So navigating global and digital transformation. Like we said, you can go global with communication. So far, you know what you are saying and what not to say. So with communication, you can go global. Thank you.
Okay, in conclusion, we have the business communication method. We have the in-personal business communication, which is a face-to-face communication. It's most communication that is common, like face-to-face interaction. Many people prefer face-to-face communication. And secondly, we have communication by email system. Just like that one is mostly used in an office environment, school, like you email your boss that, oh, I won't be coming to work today, due to any businesses and sending and receiving demands. So that is what the communication by email is used for. While we have the web conference, in web conference method, business communication is the internet and is being used for the communication in meeting, conference, presentation, just like what we are doing, seminars and imparting trainings. That is what the web conference is being used for. And we also have the written communication. It's commonly for formal and detailed form communication than other methods, just like a written exam, written information. Like it's not like sending messages and all, like through dispatch, post office, and every other places. We have other method of business communication like instant message system, emails, and so on. So thank you.